Let's go to second use case. So this is inventory analytics. So now I have Uplift CRM as my transactional system, and it maintains the inventory data along with the CRM. So from EDW, we maintain all this data where we need to synchronize on daily basis what all the different things happening in the transactional system. And I run my analytics algorithms and create the inventory analytics for that. So for product related thing, I want to know for this particular product, how many are in order and how many I have so far, so that the supply demand is taken care. So for that, there are a set of dashboards available, but I need to integrate from my transactional system Uplift on a daily basis. So which is going to be an API, but my output results are in a structured format in EDW. So let's see how I'm going to make use of that API and convert into a structured data and finally expose it in the Power BI reports. So again, the same steps. We have the connect. So here, two different connectors again. My EDW is in Snowflake Cloud, so I have to configure Snowflake. And second, I have a Uplift REST API. Again, this is a different endpoint. I'm going to make use of that. And the next steps are same thing. I have to model it to understand the JSON metadata. And finally, I will do the integrate. So before getting into it, let's see the Power BI report. So this is the Power BI report. The product name is MacBook here. I have 7 pieces available, but in my open orders, there are around 14, and I have out of stock of 8. Okay, so this gives an alert to the inventory maintenance people so that they can make us orders from their dealers and fill their inventory, right? So this is a day -2 report. Let's see what happened, whether they have taken any action to fill this, to manage this particular order. And here, this is a nice chart showing what is my credit and how much am I selling here on month-on-month basis. And here it shows the favorite customers who are ordering this particular product. Okay, now let's get into the integration part. Okay, so first step is I have to model it. Let's go to model. We have a Snowflake account. Let's see the Snowflake. Again, Snowflake is another JDBC connector, so it is going to be a direct one. And here, Snowflake JDBC connector, we have to share the information on the warehouse, schema, database, etc. Right? And if I need to know what all the things I need to pass, we give a hint there and talks about database, schema, warehouse, etc. So this is done. I created the Snowflake account. Then I had to create the REST API. So this is Uplift product. So I'm going to get the product information, again, JWT, so which means I need to pass the callback URL. So where this gives the information on the bearer token after user uses this to log in and generate the bearer token, and that will be passed as an access token during the call. And this is the host. And the endpoint, if you see, is the product analysis endpoint. And they have defined this host to accept one product ID at a time. So this is where we are bringing in the dynamic parameters. So for this dynamic parameter, we maintain the Azure variable connection, Azure blob. So in the Azure blob, we have the CSV sheet, which talks about what are all the product IDs I need to run through the process. So in case for any dynamic thing, I can supply a flat file here, which will map each request. It will route it with one product ID at a time, and then it will read the next product ID and it will run through. Or I can write a SQL also here to show what all the product IDs I need to run for it. So that's about the connections. I'm done with the connection. So then let's go to step 2 of model. So here we already created the product API. Let's take a look. Again, we have to supply the JSON. I can upload it or directly paste it or directly configure to a REST API. So here it looks different format. So once save and generate, it will parse the structures and completely generate the ERD diagram along with the table views, etc. Let's take a look here. So this is the structure of the API. So I have product information. So from product, I have related opportunities. How many opportunities are using this product? And within that opportunity, they have codes and codes, how much quantity it has. And same product, again, they have the order. This has the order related information along with the customer names, delivery date, etc., the order quantity. And it also has stock history, how much it was utilized so far. Now let's think about the report, what our dashboard, what we have seen. It has the elements from here. It has the stock history, which is populated here. It's coming from here in the stock history. And for the favorite customer, again, it comes from the order details, and we have that customer information along with the order quantity, how many they are ordering, that gives the width of the favorite customers. And I have the stock history again mapped to on hand to talk about how much it is coming through. And I have the order information to determine how many are still in open order based on the delivery date. So this entire dashboard is coming from the output of here. But if you closely watch, I don't need opportunities, codes, or code quantity, right? So with the API, I can quickly define, understand the structure. I can create algorithms, or I can write the DataFinz workflows to copy these structures alone to my EDW and create the report, right? Now let me go back. So now we completed the model. Then the last part is integration. So I have Uplift products available here. So same kind of layout, what we have seen earlier. So here the pipeline name and what is the model name. This method is get. Last time we have seen post, where pushing the adding data to an API, now receiving data from an API. And source connection is REST API, target is Snowflake. And I have an option here whether I need to run it truncate and delete, which means full, or I can do it in incremental, which handles update or insert mode. So step 1 is done. Now step 2, the same step, I'm going to map each one of the object generated in ERD to map it in Snowflake. So I can give the table names, equivalent table names, or if I do not give anything, it will create with the same table name in the target. If I need to filter anything from the API, I can do the filtration logic here. And the last one is at a field level. So in case if I want to change field level names, I can edit here. We have masking option for any encryption and any transformation we need to add, we can do that. And the last step is pre or post process. If we need to create any data lakes by having some other SQLs or stored proc, if we need to execute it, I can make use of pre-processing step here and pass the information, right? So that's it, I'm done. Once this is completed, then our pipeline for the product is ready, right? So now I linked the entire thing, the REST API to a Snowflake, right? Okay, So now let's go ahead and run this process. Oops. All right, so now the process is completed. So we have the product data coming from API to Snowflake. So now I need to refresh my reports as well. So this is the report, which is already available. We have seen. Let me go ahead and refresh my reports with this particular data. Okay, the reports are refreshed. So let me go ahead and see the output here. Okay, so if you see, last time we did not have the credits for June month. So now they have added around 14 quantity. Someone from the inventory team has taken the action based on the alerts given. So now they added it, and there are still 14 open orders. And we are good to go. So there is no out of stock. So here it shows 0. So now you can very well think how the synchronization is done on daily basis with the API. I don't need to write any code, and automatically using DataFinz, I'm able to parse the structures and feed the data to EDW or to the analytics environment. So if I need to schedule all these processes, I can do through API DataFinz itself. So I had to go to the configuration, get the scheduler. So we use cron scheduler. So you can create your own schedule, run once or recurring part. I can create the build schedule where we give nice information about whether it needs to run on daily basis or whatever time. So if I pick, it will be informational here at the down what options I pick. So now I pick 2 hours, so which means it shows at 2 a.m. Monday through Friday. So I can save this information that will give the cron expression how I need to run the job. So then in the next step, I can so I have to give the schedule name. Okay, so now I can pick the objects. So this is the API pipeline integration part. I can pick that. I can click get accounts and save it. So I can pick in case if I need to add a next job underneath, I can add all group of jobs to execute in sequential way. And finally, the email step where if I need to give a notification, we have a good option whether do I need to send notification for success or failure or for both. I can send the list of email addresses and I can add and schedule it. So if you see the entire package all the way from the mapping, understanding the structures to connecting to the warehouse or analytics, the end-to-end in simple way, I can do it.